let's go first into the question of sales growth. We identified that sales growth is an important metric to balance the cost-cutting impact of profit metrics. And I have another exercise for you, where you can again, in the same group, briefly discuss. Let's say you know that the average growth is 8% for an industry. You know that. And you have now to design a bonus system where 8% is your target. Where would you set the payout hurdle below which you're not getting any pay? And where would you set the payout cap? So this is what we have. The average of your answers for the floor is 7%, the median is 6%, and the cap is at 12%, median average is the same. The problem is the distribution, was already mentioned. The problem with this is, when you look at the distribution, for these largest companies of Germany, we have 755 observations, and between 4 and 14%, because I had to kind of use the numbers that were already said, there are only a third of the companies. So only a third of the companies are within that range. And your range is actually even narrower. 2/3 are either higher or lower. And that's a big problem, because it means in 2/3 of the cases, there's no incentive to grow. If you can't reach the hurdle, you're kind of like, okay, I'm doing this next year, and I move my business to next year. If you know you've already made your cap, you again move your business to next year. And this is a big challenge, because ideally we would know the distribution. We would say like, it goes from somewhere below 10% to somewhere above 25%. And we just design the curve like this. And I actually had one answer from an actuary at Swiss Re who had a very broad range. Now, what is the problem with a broad range? Everybody will laugh at you. If you tell your executives, if you just grow minus 10%, you already get a bonus. And if you want to have the maximum, you have to grow more than 25%. For a large German company that grows 8% on average, people will just simply laugh at you. It's actually not possible to take the distribution into account. You simply cannot design a sales component in your pay for performance scheme that works well.